Shalom, Israel. It's your boy Nubreed coming through with another live stream. As you enter the chat, make sure you hit the thumbs up button on the way in. Salute, salute, salute to y'all. I'm glad y'all catching another stream. I see King Knight in here. Yeah, I see Infinite Way in this joint. Hey, I'm glad y'all catching another stream. What's good, Joyce? The Chosen, Zachary. Man, y'all in here ASAP. ASAP. That's what's up. We got a very compelling, motivating live stream for this evening. If you all can hear me and see me clearly, go ahead and hit it with a thumbs up. I'm working with new equipment, working with a new webcam. Hopefully the quality is reasonable. Hopefully it's reasonable. If you all can hear everything fine, y'all go ahead and hit it with a thumbs up. Hit it with a number 1 in the chat. We're going to be talking about the judgment of Satan. That's right. We're going to be talking about Satan being judged. Okay. Jessica Estrada says it looks real good. All praises to the Most High. I'm glad y'all catching another stream. This particular stream here is going to be very timely and high-spirited. I had a very interesting day today. I had to shake off the cobwebs when I first woke up. And I started to really evaluate what's going on in the world. I begin to really analyze everything from its full spectrum. And I'm just looking at everything, and I'm looking at what times we living in. And I realized that we living in those days. And when I say those days, I mean, it has to be the end times. It's such a demonic frequency in the atmosphere. I mean, it's totally permeating everywhere. There's a shift. There's a different dynamic operating. And it's blanketing society. I can feel it. Today, I felt it real heavy. I had to pray. Right now, I'm on a fast because I had to just simultaneously just go into a fast out of nowhere. And I was just thinking. And I said, man, all of these witches, wizards, Satanists, Luciferians, they working overtime. And I said to myself, man, I need my supporters, my friends, my family, my colleagues to pray. Pray for those who are willing to put themselves on the line for the Most High and put themselves on the line to put this word out. Because you got a lot of people who are doing witchcraft. I'm pretty sure there's people behind closed doors with their dark prayers, with their witchcraft that's attacking me and others. And people are truly choosing what side that they're going to be on. The spiritual warfare is real. When the Bible tells us we battle not against flesh and blood, but wickedness and principalities. I mean, there's no lies there. There's no gray areas there. You got people behind your back praying on you, doing witchcraft, lighting candles, doing seances, playing with tarot cards, doing all forms of voodoo, magic. It's going on. And you got to know that it's happening because you got to pray against it. And I just want to let all those know who may be doing these dark prayers that your attempts failed. Your voodoo, your rituals, everything that you're doing, it failed. It's not working. And the Most High God is not pleased with you whatsoever. He's not pleased with what you're doing. You're going after the wrong people. You're barking up the wrong tree. And you're going to learn that very quickly. You're going to find out that the God that you serve, being Satan, he is going to fail at the end dramatically. He's going to fail. This whole system is going to fail. the spiritual deprivation that we had to undergo is then going to turn us into new beings with new vessels, incorruptible. And those who work on the side of wickedness, you're going to fail. You're going to be punished. You're going to be destroyed. There's no nice way to put this. Your time is running out. Even if you don't want to admit that you're a Satanist or a pagan or a Wiccan or a Druid or a straight out witch, that's what you are. There's no way, there's no gray areas. There's no way to sugarcoat it. You're going to fall. You're going to fail. And that's if you celebrating pagan, satanic holidays. Yes. If you continue to keep the traditions of man and the rituals of man. That's if you follow on the winter solstice. That's if you are caught up in doing psychic readings, tarot cards, you into magic, any form of voodoo, you worship Satan. Satan is about to be destroyed, and you're going to be destroyed with him. Your time is running out. It's almost over for you. And today, we're going to go into some scriptures. We also going to go into some sources. But before I dive in, I want to just say something to you all. One thing I noticed, it seems that I can speak the truth about wicked thugs. I can speak the truth about the Illuminati, the deep state, gang stalkers, witches, the conscious community, certain Israelite camps. I can correct, I can debunk, and I can decipher all the devices that these people have. But the moment when I correct women, we seem to have a problem. Let me let this be known. I'm going to keep the same energy with anybody that I correct. The same energy. See, what's going on in the world is a shift. No matter who you are, you got to look at yourself from the outside looking in. And I'm really not going to go in on that too much, but I just wanted to be known that everybody got to be held accountable for their actions, including myself. We all got to be held accountable. And, you know, it's sad to say that a lot of people can't handle the truth. You know, anytime I'm going against all the satanic powers that be is no issue. If I'm going against gangsters, thugs, drug dealers, wicked dudes, there's no problem whatsoever. But when I'm going against wicked women, then there's an issue. That should tell you something. That should tell you a few things. Who Satan is using right now in the earth the most. And if the shoe don't fit, then don't try to squeeze your damn foot in it. But Satan is, in fact, using the women the most. Listen, when a winter solstice happened, the elitists, the satanic powers that be, they believed that they came into the age of Aquarius. So it's a lot of feminism being pushed. They want to tap into the divine feminine energy. And they're trying to stifle masculinity. They're trying to make masculinity a thing of the past. That's why you got all this transhumanism, transsexualism, feminism, BLM. You got all these abominable lifestyles being promoted to the forefront. The LGBTQ is all a fight against masculinity. So they're going to use the woman the most. And a sister actually sent me an interesting commercial. I want to show you how bold they are with this. A sister emailed me this interesting commercial here, right? I want y'all to see this commercial. Now, this is called When Satan Met 2020. This is a Match.com commercial. And YouTube, I'm using fair use. Let me see if I can get this thing to play here. Oh, I did it much work. One moment. Let me get it set up for y'all. A match made in hell. Wow. Hold on one moment. Let me get everything working properly. Let's go back. We got some.
Hi. 2-0.
Look at this, y'all. Look how bold they are with it. You know what this reminds me of? When Lil Wayne came out of his mouth and said, "These hoes love me like they love Satan." Y'all remember those lyrics from Lil Wayne? Now, why the hell would Lil Wayne say that? These hoes love me like they love Satan. And I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of witchcraft going on because a lot of women don't want to lose that position of dominance that Satan have given them. They don't want to let the men take over. They don't want to let the men lead. So guess who they falling in love with right now? Listen, on these dating apps, they really looking for Satan. They ain't looking for love because listen, with all the dating apps you got going out here, if they was really looking for love, they would have found it on those dating apps. They looking for something else. Yeah, Lil Wayne is demonic, but Lil Wayne also know. I don't know why it's like that. That's the powers that be right there. Yeah.
2-0.
Please.
Look at this. Yeah, Lil Wayne wicked, but he know he's in that industry. So Lil Wayne know what the hell goes on. He know how these women are gravitating towards Satan because he serves Satan.
Call me 2020.
Call me 2020.
So where you from?
Oh.
Me too. Save me. I've been feeling so alone. I keep waiting for you, but you never come. Is this in my head? I don't know.
Well, you look at this, man. The gym is empty. Gravitating towards Satan. You only can serve one or two masters. Either you're going to gravitate towards the Most High God, or, hey, this is who going to keep you coddled, keep you sleep, keep you brain dead. See, a lot of people think it's sweet right now. A lot of people think it's sweet. A lot of people think it's cool to have, a lot of women in general think it's cool to go ahead and have their OnlyFans pages. They think it's cool to keep shaking their ass on camera. They think it's cool to keep on moving on to the next man. Although the Most High tell us in the scriptures that a woman's supposed to be to one man for as long as she lives. But Satan got their minds warped that they believe that men are replaceable. when Satan really just wants you all to yourself. Now, go ahead and get on Match.com. Let's see what you're going to find. Or Matchmade or whatever the hell this is.
Satan?
Hi.
Y'all excuse the buffering.
2020.
Please. Call me
2020.
So where are you from?
Oh.
Me too. Only you save me. I've been feeling so long. I keep waiting for you, but you never come. This in my head, I don't know what to think. Email to pull out a ring and truly have to be alone. I love you and nights on every road. Talk to your dad, go out of my bed. So let's go, baby, just say
I just don't want this year to end.
Wow. He said, I just don't want this year to end. 2020. Wow. This was truly the year of Satan right here. And it was also the year of 2020 vision. It was definitely the year of, I didn't mean to do that. Let's get that. It was definitely the year of 2020 vision because listen, if you're not gravitating towards the righteous, and I'm speaking to ladies, you're not gravitating towards what's true, what's real, what's light, although it may be hard to digest and hard to handle, guess what? You're going to gravitate towards the other side. It just is what it is. And, you know, it's all fun and games right now. It's all fun and games. They put it to you bold as ever that, you know, 2020 was the year of Satan. It was the year of Satan. They put it bold. They put it out there. They're pretty confident, right? The powers that be are pretty confident. It's time to choose sides. And I'm going to tell you why. And this goes for everybody. Right now, you're in a day and an age where people are either going to pull you down or they're going to pick you up. They're either going to pull you down or they're going to pick you up. There's no in between. The lines in the sand have been drawn. Whoever you're around right now, you need to look at your circle. Times are getting crucial. Either somebody is going to break you or make you. The circle you keep, the company you keep is either going to break you or make you. There is no games being played in 2020 and time is near. The day of the Lord is at hand. It's getting real. Ladies, gravitate towards a husband. Throw all your personal emotions out there and gravitate towards godly men. No more games. No more playing around. No more straddling the fence. A woman's purpose is to be a man's help. It's time to be submissive. It's time to put your trust in God's men. It's time to follow men who are striving in the book, in the Bible. There's so much social media out here where men are on social media and they're Bible believers. You have no excuse. Satan wants you all to himself. This is what these dating apps are for, to make you women believe there's so many options out there. They make you believe there's so many options where you could just replace a man easily. And you could just keep on swiping. Swipe left, swipe right, swipe left, swipe right. Listen, it's an illusion. It's an illusion which Satan has put before you. A lot of people in your inner circle, your friends, they don't have your best interests at heart. People are choosing sides left and right. The lines in the sand are drawn, y'all. You got to choose this day whom you're going to serve. You got to get rid of all of the witchcraft, all of the foolish pride. It has to stop. And if you're in this live stream, y'all hit that thumbs up. We're going to go into some scriptures. Because listen, the satanic elite, they believe that they got this thing. They think they got this thing won. Y'all going to find out how Satan will be judged. Satan is going to be destroyed, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to give you a play-by-play. Yes. For all those who are on the right side of judgment, for all those who are operating on the right end of history, man, I'm telling you right now, you're going to love this stream because it's going to be reassurance for the saints that all the persecution that you've been through in your life, that spirit that lived in you as you was a child and you knew you were different from everybody else, all the times you were neglected, abused, treated different, casted away, looked down on, outcasted, the black sheep, is finally coming into that moment of history, of time, where you are going to get your redemption. You're going to be redeemed. You're going to be vindicated. For all the family that's casting stones because you don't want to celebrate satanic holidays. For all the people who are casting stones, all the times you refrain from those unclean foods that they try to purposely give to you. For all the times where the Most High was watching you and you made a decision you know was the right decision. For the times where you were bold enough to step out on faith and get away from certain people who were causing you harm and causing you strife and holding you back, even though it was hard. For all the times that you moved forward and you decided to walk that narrow path for the Most High. For every time you made that decision, the Most High is about to redeem, vindicate, and reward his saints. And Satan's people are going to be destroyed. They're going to burn in hell. The time is near. All the idols are falling. The idols are falling. You're going to see all the pagan idols fall. You're going to see all the witchcraft fall, all the Satanism fall. All the debauchery is going to fall. It's all going to be destroyed. And I'm telling you now, we're going to go there, man. We're going to go there. Let's talk about this Satan guy, right? Because you're going to be shocked and appalled, the judgment of Satan. Now, we're going to go there. We're going to go to Isaiah chapter 14. Isaiah chapter 14. And we're going to start with 14. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Yes. What's going to happen is the Most High is going to bring us into our own land. And for everybody who always calling all white people the devil and all white people the enemy, it tells you right here in the Bible in Isaiah 14 that strangers will cleave unto Jacob. So there will be other nations, not just white, but East Indians, Africans, the ones you call Hamitic people, people from different races or nationalities will cleave to Jacob. Now, that's just descriptions. Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Okay, so there's righteous rulership. There'll be servants and handmaids, not slaves. They will work for us. They won't be being hit with bull whips, hung from trees, slaughtered, separated from their families. We're not going to do that. It says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captive, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Yes. For all of y'all who had to work these strenuous 9-to-5s for little to no pay, or getting less than what you deserve. For all of those people who were enslaved in history. For all of those people who were passed up on opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. For all those people who were born in poverty and had to grow up with a broken household, moms and pops separated. All hell was going on in their community. Crack valves everywhere. Needles in the damn streets because a sick system have conditioned your environment to be that way. For all of y'all who went against all those type of odds and still cleave to the Most High, still have faith and fervent belief in the Creator and willing to follow him, you will rule over your oppressors. You will rule over those who created those conditions for you. You'll rule over those who created those hard times. Verse 3, and it shall come to pass, and the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from the sorrow, and from the fear, and from the hard bondage, wherein thou wast made to serve. It says, once again, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall give thee rest from the sorrow, and from the fear, and from the hard bondage, wherein thou was made to serve. You'll have rest from the hard bondage that we were forced to serve under this satanic Luciferian system where there's no rest. Ever since 2020 popped off, it's been a spirit just blanketing society where everybody's bogged down, everybody's fatigued, everybody's uncertain, everybody's hurting because the wicked are ruling. It says that we'll get a rest from all this sorrow, all this pain, all this quote unquote depression that we feel, all this anxiety that we feel. They sitting here using all kind of programs to bend air frequencies. You got the CERN program sending radio frequencies through people's households. You got EMF targeting people's brains. You got people doing seances and witchcraft everywhere. And the people are tired because they're not willing to fight this spiritual battle. And those who are willing to fight, we're still tired because we're going back and forth with the beast. We are literally shadow boxing with the devil. From the time we jump up out our beds and our feet hit that ground, we got to fight the devil every day. It says we'll find rest. Verse 4. Thou shalt take up the proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have thou oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Yeah. Babylon is synonymous to America. This Babylonian society. It's going to come a time where the oppressor is ceased. The king of Babylon is ceased. The golden city is ceased. The most revered country in the world is falling right before your eyes. Here it is, everybody else getting $2,000, $3,000 for a stimulus check. And what America doing? What America doing? They giving people $600 damn dollars. They giving people $600, ladies and gentlemen. Starving the people out, giving people more uncertainty. Let's continue to read here. The Lord have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He's broken the staff of the rulers. He's breaking the wicked. He has smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger and persecuted, and none hindereth. Oh, it's coming. The whole world is at rest and is quiet. Thy break forth in singing. This is the future. Well, the whole world will be in rest, because when the wicked are ruling, the people are mourning. But it's going to come a time where the whole world is at rest. The whole world is rejoicing because Satan and his kingdom have been toppled. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedar of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved from thee to meet thee at thy coming. Oh yeah, so hell gets ready for Lucifer. Yeah, hell gets ready. It started boiling, that pot started boiling, getting ready for Satan. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. Hell is getting ready to meet Satan. He's gonna be there. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Yeah. So it's getting ready for the kings of the nations. It's getting ready for Satan. It stirreth up the dead. So people who are already in hell are getting stirred up. And watch what it says. And they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? So here it is. You got people in hell, the dead. They're going to be looking at Satan like, hold on, you about to go through the same damn thing we going through. Even his minions. Picture this, ladies and gentlemen. Even the kings of the earth. The kings of the earth are going to be like, Satan, what's going on? We served you. We thought you were going to take over. We thought you had a plan. We thought you was going to win this battle for us. You gave us power, Satan. What's going on? Are you no weaker than us? Yes. Even the people in the hellfire are going to be like, damn, here it is. You burning us in hell, torturing us. But have you become as weak as us? Yes. This is the judgment of Satan, man. Let's continue. It says, hell from beneath is moved from thee to meet thee in thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee. So the dead in hell are going to be looking at Satan sideways. Even all the chief ones of the earth, even all the kings of the earth, your Bill Gates, Melinda Gates, your presidents, your political figures, they all going to be looking at Satan like, damn, dude, we thought you was a boss. We thought you was triple OG. We done did all this evil for you. It says, it have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. It says, and they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Let's look what the scriptures say. Thy pump is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials, the worms is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. This man gonna be buried in worms. This man gonna have to wipe locusts out his eyes. He gonna be somewhere in total misery, suffering. Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? So how he getting cut down to the ground? How he getting destroyed? And he weakened all the nations of the earth. And that he did. He weakened all the nations of the earth. He really played himself, Beauty Mystery. You got that right. He played himself. Congratulations, Satan and his people. You played yourself. So the question is, how you get cut down after you weaken all the nations of the earth? I mean, you got everybody social distancing. You got commerce shut down. You got food trade and distribution pretty much shut down, going internationally in certain areas. I mean, damn, all hell breaking loose on the earth. The economy is collapsing in a country where the dollar is the #1 currency in the world. And all of a sudden, you getting cut down. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? When he was in heaven, he was the most beautiful angelic angel in heaven. He was in control of music, ladies and gentlemen. His very makeup, his physical being had pipes, horns. He had beautiful instruments embedded within his body. So when you see all these rappers talking about they on demon time, and they coming up with all these melodic sounds, all of this music that's coming out, all this great music that you heard over the years, all this worldly, vain, materialistic whoredom that you heard through the radio, blank them, then you get some money, blank them, then you get some money. All this bees ain't but hoes and tricks and all of that. Weaken the nations through his music too, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't just weaken the nations through politics. He had to use one of his greatest skills. At one point in time, Satan will wake up the angelic realm. He will wake up the angels in heaven in the morning. His music was so beautiful. So what you think he doing now on earth? Verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into the heavens, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregations in the side of the north. So here we go. The copycat wants to be like the Most High. And notice it says he'll be like the Most High because he can never be the Most High. He can never be the Heavenly Father. He can only be like him. So what does he go and do? What does the beast go and do? Satan goes and he creates his own animals through genetic splicing. He creates artificial insemination when it comes to making babies because he can't create his own baby. He separates man and woman. When man and woman come together, you make real babies. No artificial insemination, no lies, no tricks. He copies everything the Most High do. The Most High can see everything from the heavens. Satan can't see everything from the heavens. So what does he do? He gets satellites. He sends satellites into space. Now you got radars in deep space with cameras everywhere, surveilling everything. Now he got a satellite called the Digital Angel that's plugged into all of the security. It's plugged into all surveillance. It's plugged into the RFID chip, the very chip. Now Satan got to create things like Lucifer race. Now Satan got to create computer chips and microchips and nanobots to go inside your body because he's a control freak. Because listen, the Most High, he knows, he can count the hairs on our head. The Most High know everything about us from the inside out. Satan don't have that type of power. So what do Satan go and do? He go get something put in your body where he can trace you mechanically, where he can watch you, where he can control you. And if he want to shut something down, all he got to do is release a lithium capsule in your body and shut you down as lights out, night. You're talking about the ultimate control freaks on the left-hand side. That's what Satan is into because he wants to be like the Most High. He can never be the Most High. Let's continue. It says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. It says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. What do you think NASA is for? Sending all these rocket ships into space, trying to be like the Most High. And also NASA know that something's coming up out that sky. NASA know that Christ is going to return. And he's going to be marching on with chariots. And they're scared of what's coming out of that sky. So that's another reason NASA send rocket ships up there. But Satan can't get up there himself. So what he does is he uses people to try to do his work. When they don't, and listen, they don't even understand that they can't get past the firmament. When you go into the book of Genesis, when you're looking at creation of the earth, it tells you that the earth has a firmament around it. So it's only so far they can go. You think the Most High going to let them go all the way to the heavenly realm? They tried that with the Tower of Babel. And what the Most High do? He separated everybody. So guess what? The Most High has his hands in everything. Even us being separated, he's separating the righteous from the evil. Because guess what? When too many people come together under one accord, they all fight against the Most High. That's what mankind always does in history. Because they want to battle against the Most High. That's why you got all these people talking about they God. They their own God. Now let's go. Let's go back. Verse 16. They that see, let's go back. 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell to the sides of the pit. Now, verse 14 says he will ascend. He's saying to himself, he will ascend above the clouds and be like the Most High. Verse 15 goes on to say, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell to the sides of the pit. Yeah, that's the end of Satan. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? What? Yeah. So everybody gonna say, wow. This little peon right here. This little peon right here is the one who shook the whole world up. This little scavenger. This little dweeb right here. It's sort of like Jack in the Box. It's sort of like Jack in the Box, right? When you was a kid, you was playing with Jack in the Box, right? You would crank it up. You scared of what's going to come out of it. You cranking that Jack in the Box up. Everybody like, it's over. It's coming. The end is near. And then guess what? What comes out is a little decrepit, bent over clown, right? Or like on Austin Powers. Y'all remember Austin Powers, the movie? Y'all remember when he vowed to take over the world? Yeah, when he vowed to take over the world, we go behind the box. We go behind the curtain. What you got? You got Mini-Me behind there. You got Danny DeVito behind the curtain. And you like, hold up. Hold up a minute. This right here is what got everybody scared. Everybody. Satan is weak. He's weak. Let's go to another scripture here. We're going to Revelations. Actually, we're going to go to we're going to go to pardon me, y'all. We're going to we're going to John here. Actually, we're going to James. My bad, y'all. James chapter 4, verse 7. Submit yourselves, therefore, to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Look, you cleave to the Almighty. You cleave to the Most High. Satan is going to flee from you. Without a shot of a doubt, man. He's going to skedaddle. These people are cowards. And I'm going to tell you, that goes for the workers of iniquity as well. That goes for his workers too. It's not just him. Let me tell you something now. I done witnessed a lot of things in my life. I've been studying human behavior. I've been doing that for the last year. I've been studying psychology just to know what these people on and what time they be on. And I recognize how much people prey on the weak. People like to fight battles that they know they can win. People like to go after those who have deficiencies. You know, weak people feel strong when they're going after something that's weaker than them, or they perceive to be weaker than them. So with that, what I'm trying to say here, not to speak in circles, what I'm trying to say here, ladies and gentlemen, is if you cleave to the Most High, Satan will flee because you gain so much power in the spiritual realm. You gain so much power in the spiritual realm when you just cleave unto the Most High. Like, I done seen the witchcraft work on others. I done seen the magic work on others. I done seen them put up 5G towers in certain places, and people just, their whole aura changes. And then I done seen people who don't change whatsoever. So that goes to show that our spiritual powers kick in the more we cleave to the Most High. And when you resist the devil, they flee. And that goes for your family members. That goes for people who you perceive to be friends. Let me tell you something. The best way of dealing with somebody who is narcissistic, satanic, evil, wicked, is not to feed into it. Don't feed into it. You can't feed into the wickedness because that's what they thrive off of. See, the way a demon operate, they got to get you to feed in. They got to be able to manipulate your mind. But if you straight up rebuke it, no, don't entertain the spirit whatsoever, that's how you gain strength spiritually. When Christ was fasting in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights, Satan gave Christ all these opportunities. He pulled his best tricks out his bag, and Christ kept it short and sweet with him. Every time, get behind thee, Satan. My Father, listen, I don't serve nobody but the Father. You got to keep it short and sweet with these parasites. And it's not always the person's fault. Sometimes they don't know there's a demon operating in them. Sometimes they don't know it's a demon trying to stop progress. They don't know it's a demon trying to stop you from reaching your potential. And sometimes you got to keep it short and sweet. Like, hey, I'm not entertaining this. It takes a lot of discipline, courage, and valor to learn how to bridle your tongue in these last days. It takes a lot. Let's go to the book of Revelations. We're talking about the end of Satan. We're talking about the judgment of Satan. If you in this live stream gaining edification, mash that thumbs up button. Let's get this video fluctuating. No doubt. We're going to some more scriptures. We're talking about the end of Satan, how Satan will be judged. And now we're going to the book of Revelations. Revelations. And we're going to chapter 20. Let's talk about the judgment. Revelations chapter 20. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. So here it go. I want y'all to visualize everything that this scripture is saying, because when I read this Bible, man, I know that this book is it right here. Because if you're a very spiritual person, if you're an empath, if your senses are really turned up to the next level, if you can really feel what's going on in the atmosphere, I'm telling you right now, you can visualize everything that's being said. I can visualize those angels, huge warrior angels grabbing these chains. I can hear the sounds of the chains. They rattling. In the spiritual realm, they got them chains. They getting ready. They getting ready to execute judgment on Satan. Let's continue. And we're in Revelations chapter 20. If y'all want to read along. It says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. So Satan's going to be bounded for 1,000 years. Now let's get to what's going to happen here. And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he shall deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years shall be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. So right now, this is Satan's big moment. This is big moment in history. Now he's being loosed for a little season, a short time. And what this scripture is saying is, and actually, let me correct myself. This is before he gets that short time. Satan will be bounded 1,000 years, and then he'll get a short time again after the 1,000 years, after we have 1,000 years of peace here on this earth. I'm going to show you what's going to happen after those 1,000. Verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Christ, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither received his mark upon their foreheads or their hands. And they lived and reigned with Christ for 1,000 years. Now, if this Bible ain't talking to us. So, what you're going to have here is we're going to rule with Christ for 1,000 years. Everybody who did not receive the mark on their forehead or their hands, right? Now, a lot of people argue about what this mark is. The mark is clearly what's going on in this earth right now. They're trying to introduce this mark through syringes. I don't want to use the word, but they're trying to introduce through syringes, right? So here it is. They're trying to roll out this mark, and they're trying to gravitate towards making sure that all finances and opportunities and things that you can do versus things you can't do are geared towards these syringes. So it's showing you where they're doing. It's showing you where they're going with this mark. But everybody who denies it, everybody who died for Christ's name's sake, everybody who went against the beast and didn't bow before his image, they're going to reign with Christ for 1,000 years. Now let's talk about what's going to happen after those 1,000 years. This is all prophecy right here. And it says, but the rest of the dead liveth not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. Yes, we'll all be resurrected. That's why the Bible tells you the dead in Christ shall rise first. It says, blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection. On such the second death have no power. But they shall be priests of God, and Christ shall reign with him 1,000 years. And when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is the sand of the sea. Now let's see what's going to happen. And they went up the breadth of earth and compassed the camps of the saints. So they're going to try us again. Imagine that. Look how bold Satan is, y'all. Satan is going to be bounded for 1,000 years. God's people about to rule with Christ. And Satan going to be bold enough after 1,000 years to try us again. Now we need to hear what's going to happen when Satan comes and try us again after the 1,000 years. Now we need to hear what's going to happen, right? Let's bring it. And they went up the breadth of earth and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city, and fire came down from God and the heavens and devoured them. Yes, fire came down from the Most High and the heavens and devoured Satan. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast, the false prophets are, and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever and ever. There you go. The judgment of Satan. The judgment of Satan. So I know it looks crazy now how bold they are and how relentless they are with putting all these depictions out there for the mainstream media. I know it looks crazy out here. I mean, if you're a person who is trying to walk upright, this world looks downright evil. It looks downright evil. And listen, it's not just that commercial right there. If you go into a lot of pop culture, if you go into a lot of movies, if you look at what satanic Hollywood is doing, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Hollywood itself is Wiccan. Hollywood itself is Satanism. Hollywood is used in witchcraft. I'm telling you. Let's see what we got here. Let's get to some of these comments. All right, Tavon says, I feel you totally on the targeting, bro. Once I was targeted at work. The man working with me was born a day before mine, and there was a Jewish ma with red pentagrams and weird sigils. Wow. I'm telling you, the beasts are coming out, man. The beasts are coming out. I'm telling you, they done stepped the program up with gang stalking. They done stepped it up. There's been a lot of things transpiring with this system that they got going on with social media. There's a lot of wiretapping going on. There's a lot of just outright blatant surveillance. A lot of y'all don't even realize the reason why when you go to a lot of stores, like I'm gonna give you an example. I went to Best Buy today. So I went to Best Buy today, and let me see if I can remove this off the screen here, or show a new comment. When I went to Best Buy today, they got people lined up on the outside, right? And they got the little stickers on the sidewalk where people have to social distance 6 feet apart. There's a camera. There's a camera right on top, and you got to wear your mask outside. And I thought that was odd. And then I realized what Satan is doing. I went and did my research, and I seen what's going on. So the reason why they got you in public with masks on, separating 6 feet apart in public areas, is because they're actually practicing and working on a new system where the cameras can zoom in and actually see your facial structure, your total face, even with a mask on. This is how controlling these satanic leaders are getting. So they want to, but you got to be 6 feet apart for them to actually hone in and autofocus in that way. So they'll put the mask on. I mean, the technology is getting crazy. You wear the mask, you 6 feet apart, you social distancing, they'll zoom in on you, and they can actually read your face with a mask on. So, I mean, they at it, man. They on it. Let's see, we got some more comments here. Oh, yeah. Somebody said they ready for God's kingdom to rule. Oh, absolutely. It's coming. It's coming fast. Somebody said satanic Hollywood is over. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of these celebrities, they're suffering right now. They getting ran through the ringer right now. A lot of these celebrities, they're falling left and right. You're going to start seeing a lot of self-medication. And you already see these rappers dying quick, fast, and in a hurry. I'm telling you, Satan is playing for keeps, man. You got it where these rappers nowadays, they'll go ahead and sign that contract. Satan will offer them the world. 2 months later, they in the early grave. They'll get the bag, go into a deep depression because they know they done sold their souls. I mean, they know they done messed up. These rappers be going in and out of they be going in and out of trances. These people be going in and out of rehab centers. Telling you right now, man, Satan got them losing their minds right now in Hollywood and in the music industry. I had a notable up-and-coming rapper. Actually contact me through Instagram. If you watching this live stream, I got your Instagram. I mean, I don't know if I got time to respond to it or not, but bro, I'm going to give you some advice because what you said in your message was absolutely true. It was absolutely true. And I know you in a position where you gaining a large following and all of that. And I know you changed your rap name. You trying to switch it up, but I'm going to tell you as blunt as I can, bro. If you watching this stream, bro, you only can serve one or two masters. Everything that you said that you learned from watching certain videos, you're going to have to really take that leap of faith, bro. I mean, you're going to really have to just do music for the Most High and cut all ties with that industry. All the hand symbols, all the symbolism, you're just going to have to really just cut total ties with it. I mean, seriously, give it on up. Give it on up. And it doesn't matter how many people you lose. It doesn't matter how many people you lose. It don't matter how much spins you lose. You got to do what you got to do, man. Because I'm telling you, the time is near. It ain't time to like straddle the fence. This is not the 90s where we can play around and, you know, we could be lukewarm and rap about gangster stuff and then turn around and rap about the Most High and then try to live godly, but then on record because people like hearing satanic frequencies and satanic energy. So we'll just put it out there because we're talented. No, it ain't no time for that, yo. Your conscience is going to weigh down on you. And if you keep on following evil, eventually you're going to be spewed out by the Most High, and it ain't going to be no turning back. You're going to choose, before you choose the Most High, you're going to choose the wicked side once you're already in that door. You're going to choose them every time. I'm telling you. Let me see here. Share some more of y'all comments on the screen. Let's see. Yeah, somebody said the devil in plain sight. Yep, you can't be lukewarm. Facts. Let me see. Somebody got another comment about Hollywood. Says the Hollywood Hills is deadly out here. One of the biggest rappers in the conscious community, 2000s era, just started following me on IG yesterday. Leave Hollywood alone is evil. Absolutely. Y'all got to know the history of Hollywood, man. In Hollywood, there is some of the most fertile soil in the world. And so a lot of growth comes out of Hollywood. It's literally ancient Indian burial grounds. Hollywood has a certain energy. When you go there, if you get on a plane and even fly over there, if you stop in Hollywood, the energy changes there. It's something in the atmosphere that's just different, you know, and there's a lot of sorcery. There's a lot of magic. It's a magical place to be. So Hollywood is definitely one of those places, man, that they doing a lot. They're doing a lot of witchcraft and sorcery there. It's a lot of satanic energy, and it grabs people. This is the problem with Hollywood. It lures you in. It grabs you. And most of the time, it ain't no damn turning back. Yeah, Hollywood for sure. It is weird, man. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, you're right, Amaya. Who the bro need to not worry about what he lose. He need to be thinking about gaining this walk is a sacrifice walk. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I really want to tell the brother, man, because I can hear through his message he really cared about. And I'm not going to put your name out there, brother, but, you know, I honestly accidentally deleted a lot of my inboxes trying to clean out my inbox. And I couldn't respond to you. I'm not sure how to even get to you, but you know, I ain't gonna put your name out there, but you're right, man. You forget what you're gonna lose. Let me tell you something. Anytime you come into the truth, you can expect to lose everything. You can expect to lose everything. You can expect to lose opportunities. You can expect to lose friends and family. You can expect to lose everybody. And you can expect a very hard transition from what you're used to where you're going. But the Most High builds us up in a strong foundation. And it's worth it. I'm telling you right now, every day is worth it. Me personally, just speaking for myself, brother to brothers, I could have been anything I wanted, man. I could have done anything I wanted. I had the opportunities to gain the world and lose my soul. It just wasn't something I was willing to do. I wasn't willing to do it. And I'm still not willing to do it because guess what? This truth right here is rewarding. I don't want nothing else in life but to be able to speak this truth and speak truth to power. Satan going to be destroyed at the end. I can see the end of the wicked. See it clear as day. And I don't envy the wicked. Sometimes I put the wicked on blast, no matter who it is. And you know, as the saying goes, that a hurt dog gonna holler. So if you get hit with one of them stones, then maybe it's something you need to look at dealing with yourself. You know, because the thing of it is a lot of the Most High people had to go to that crucial place and dig deep within themselves. They had to go there and actually, you know, mature. And when somebody is speaking and giving knowledge to us, we actually had to look at ourselves and say, you know what, maybe I do need to change this. But it seems like we're living in a system where somebody is speaking something contrary to your personal beliefs, to your personal analogies and your personal thoughts. You have a closed mind towards it. So you got to open your minds up. You got to be willing to live and die for the truth and watch the Most High promote you. Watch him bring you to where you need to be. And I don't know who that message is for, but it was for somebody. Summer Rain says she loved LA when she was living in sin. I'm thinking that these comments are coming a little bit slow because I know it's a lot of people in the chat. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, we got 939 people in the chat. All praises to the Most High. And if you in here and you gain an edification, you want to continue to go into, if y'all want to go into some Q&A about anything, because we already did the lesson portion. If you want to go into Q&A, y'all, if y'all can get them thumbs up and show your support for the video, and we could definitely branch off into Q&A. And you can ask whatever you would like to ask. I really wanted to do that on my last stream, but I got approximately 15 or 20 minutes to just answer questions in the chat. If you have questions regarding anything that I just taught, doctrine-wise, or anything regarding previous videos that you may not understand, may not have understood, take this as a golden opportunity to ask away. We ain't did Q&A in a while after the stream. Absolutely, the truth will prevail, DJ Taddick. No doubt about that. The truth will always prevail. Let's see. Yeah, somebody said lost everything and God prepared me for it. 2020. All praises. Child of Elohim says, so true. When prophecy is being fulfilled, we as believers may stay calm and trust in the Most High. Absolutely. There's rest in the Lord. Let's see. You're right. Someone says God holds you to a higher standard. It's to be expected more from you. No doubt. Because all those blessings that you got doing wrong, you're going to lose them. The Most High don't put old wine in new bottles. Let me see if y'all got some questions here. Let's see. Let me see if y'all can fire away at Q&A. It don't look like y'all got any questions. Somebody, I mean, usually when I'm going to Q&A, people want to ask personal questions. And that's not really what I'm getting at here. When I'm talking about Q&A, I'm really speaking in regards to topics. Somebody said, okay, here we go. A question. Where did it go? Y'all got to pardon me because this chat is moving extremely fast and I'm using a different platform. I'm not actually streaming directly from YouTube, so I'm trying to keep up. Integrity Speaks says, is having money a bad thing? Let me see. Is having money a bad thing? I recently came in a 30K and I don't know if it's a blessing or something else. Money can be a defense. The Bible tells us money can be a defense. It's what you do with your money that can make it a bad thing. Money can protect you in situations. Money is used to provide what you need. You know, unfortunately, you live in a capitalistic society where money is required. So, no, having a large sum of money is not a bad thing. What you do with it can make it bad. And if you covetous and you worship and you praise money and everything you do is for money, that's where the love of money becomes the root of all evil. where a lot of people coveted after. And that's how people err from the faith when all of their moves are dictated based on money. And they don't have, and they tend to lose morality. So no, having money is good. You know, a lot of people, you know, they had a large lump sum of cash with unemployment and also getting those stimulus checks. And they didn't do right by their money. You seen all them people buying flat screen TVs and, you know, Xboxes, PlayStations, Jordans. And now look, now the second stimulus is a $600 check. People was going all crazy with the unemployment. You know, they was getting all this unemployment. People was blowing bands real fast, rapidly, right? Now look. So saving money is important, but having money is not a bad thing. Hopefully that answered your question. Somebody said, Chris Kelly said, Nubreed, what's in the Kabbalah? The Kabbalah is a satanic, wicked, evil book. You got certain musicians and entertainers like Madonna. She's one who studies out of the Kabbalah. A lot of these Hollywood witches tend to read out of the Kabbalah. It's a pure satanic book. You know, it's witchcraft. It got spells in it. It's evil. Hopefully that answered that. You don't really need to read out of the Kabbalah. Let's see. All right, we're gonna take 5 more minutes for Q&A. Okay, we got a question from Jesse B. And Jesse B says, how do you know if someone is being controlled by demon possession? I feel like I knew before I married him. So you're talking about your husband. Well, demons are very irrational. I don't want to go ahead and quote unquote demonize your husband because I don't know what type of circumstances you're going through. Sometimes people, you know, they kind of blur the lines and they throw out certain words when, you know, I mean, you would have to get into details. I mean, I understand your question, but I don't want to give you an answer that basically appeases what you think already, if that makes any sense. Because you're letting it know it's your husband. You want to know if he's being controlled by a demon or not. So you already have an idea in your mind that he may be demon possessed. I would tell you to, you know, obviously something is happening. So instead of me telling you how you would know, you should just tell us what's happening. What makes you think he's demon possessed? That's a good question right there. Oh, no, that wasn't the one right there. I was trying to highlight something else, but this thing moves fast. How do you know if somebody's doing witchcraft is what I was trying to get. But what good areas in Atlanta to live in, being gang stalking Virginia with Section 8? I would move in the country. Anywhere in the countryside, McDonough, you know, maybe parts of Augusta. Just out of the cities. Out of the cities is what I recommend. Okay, that's the question I wanted to get to. How do you know someone is doing witchcraft on you? It's great. It's interesting you asked that because I know that someone is trying to do roots and witchcraft on me right now because I've been having dreams of it. That's me personally. The Most High showed me that certain people are doing things behind closed doors against me, against my platform, against people who watch my platform. A lot of these conscious community people and witches and all these people I've been exposing. I had a dream that there are people, they're plotting. The Lord showed me, but he also showed me that he's not happy with them. He ain't happy with them at all. And everything that they tried to do is to none and void. I had a sense of peace, but I knew that it had to be addressed because what's done in the dark has to be brought to the light. I can tell you right now, me looking directly in this camera, that I'm looking directly at someone who does witchcraft on me, and they're upset about something. They're angry about something. They couldn't control or manipulate something. So the witchcraft is very real. The Most High, he also will let you know, because it may be some avenues that you got to tighten up in your life. It might be some things going on in your life that you got to tighten up. And so none of those things can enter, because you'd be surprised some of the portals and gateways that we let into our homes, some of the things we may let our children watch on TV, some of the things that we might watch on TV, some of the items that we may bring in our home, some of the conversations that we may entertain, some of the thoughts we may have, may project. And the Most High have mercy on his people to show, look, there are people plotting on y'all. Y'all got to we all got to tighten up, because the witches and wizards, sorcerers, the CERN program, the demons, the witches, they all out here. They out here, they moving, and they're casting their spells, man. So we got to get ready spiritually. Yeah, they trying with no avail, man. They could try to do witchcraft all day on me. It ain't gonna work. Only thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna curse yourself. Oh, I don't know how Flower Wind got up there. Flower Wind need to be stopped. Somebody get her on up out the chat. Sandra, peace and blessings. Love your content. Tent looking good, King. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. Thank you. All praises. All right, here we go. Y'all coming through with some questions now. Why my immediate family changing up, Nubreed? Man, I answered that question. I got a whole stream telling you why they changing up. I ain't going, hey, listen, I may reiterate, but I ain't going to regurgitate. You know why they switching up. They switching up because you're waking up. Hopefully that's the reason they switching up on you. They switching up because you waking up. That's why. And they got spiritual intimidation going on, because the truth is a big pill to swallow. And I don't think we understand, as being in the truth. You know, we believe that everything is just logical. You know, we operate in a vein of logic. That's what I'm trying to say. We operate in a vein of logic. So when people don't see what we see going on in the world, and how black and white and plain as day it is, and the simplicity of Christ and the gospel of this word, when other people don't see it, we can't wrap our minds around it. But guess what? To us, to them rather, you don't know how crazy we look to them. It's so backwards. You don't know how crazy you look to your family, not being afraid, not worrying about a mutated virus that's floating around, you being in this truth, you following the word of the Most High. You don't know how crazy you look, because in their eyes, you're supposed to be confused like them. You know, if you get a room full of people and there's enough people in there confused, then the same person going to be the one looking crazy, right? That's what you got going on right now. And a lot of these demons that's latched to people got them disoriented. A lot of demons got people disoriented, man. Hey, Breed, I've always been curious to what happens in the spiritual realm. There's a whole lot that happens. If you can see it right now, what happens in the spiritual realm from the naked eye, boy, oh boy, you would pass out. You would fall on your face right now if you looked at all the activity that's going on around you right now. If you walked out of your door and you can actually see the spiritual realm, you would see demons walking all over the place. Certain people will have certain spirits on them that you can see. You would see giants. You would see different demons sitting on top of different buildings. Imagine that you drive down the street and all of a sudden the Most High, like, I'm gonna let you see everything that's happening right now. And you looking around, you seeing a 50-foot demon climbing on a building. Or you seeing people who have spirits on them. Or you seeing demons just walking down the street like this, clear as day. And you also see angels with swords coming through, protecting people. And you also see ghosts and all. I mean, listen, if you can see everything, bro, you would pass out. You would pass. I mean, you would literally go into shock. That's why the Most High gave us these terrestrial bodies. He blocked us from the celestial realm for a reason. And a lot of these conscious community people, they're trying to tap into the celestial realm, but they don't understand that trying to tap into that realm is not, you're playing with the Most High. The natural way of tapping into that realm is praying, fasting, and supplication. The Most High will show you things through dreams. He will show you. Don't have to get any mediums. You don't have to get any type of tarot cards, Ouija boards. You don't have to get these mediums. When you start getting idols and crystals and stones and burning sage and trying to get into the other realm, that's when Satan can play. That's Satan's playground right there. He like, okay, you opening up some portals for me. When you experiment with different drugs like DMT and hallucinogens, and you just trying to be spiritual and you in this new age wave, that's when Satan is able to get with you for real. Man, I knew I was speaking with a brother. Man, one day I'm going to have to share this brother's testimony, man. I might have to have this brother on the show. A brother was talking about a testimony where he went into a place one time where somebody was doing voodoo. He went into this place, right? And he didn't spend a long time there. He went into this place by accident, actually, because somebody gave him the wrong address. He went into the wrong apartment, just walked in. And he goes in there and they're doing voodoo. They're doing something called sangria. And I know you heard of the sangria wine, but that's named after something. He witnessed this at a fairly young age. These people were doing sangria witchcraft. He walks in and something happened. When he left out, he wasn't the same. When he went home to his family, as a young man, he's a young father. So he goes home to his family and there was an evil presence there. And it was something that he couldn't get out for nothing. And this brother shared a testimony with me that, watching my videos helped him. Like he's been praying, fasting. I mean, the brother, he's been reading his Bible. He's been following this truth. And he said, listen, man, in the last 2 months watching your videos, and especially the ones exposing witchcraft, he said, man, that presence, that evil energy that was surrounding the household is gone. So I say all praises to the Most High. And that's why, I go in a lot on these witches and wizards and all these YouTubers, because a lot of these people, yes, Santira, that's how you say it. Sangria, I said sangria, but it's Santira. Santira is what it's called. Thank you for the correction. But this Santira thing is wicked as hell. One day I'm going to have to cover that, because they be doing all kind of things. They be bathing in blood. They be putting all kind of herbs, perfume, roots in bathtubs, and they be doing all kind of things, man. They be doing these things to get jobs. They be doing these things to get opportunities, to get mates. They like to manifest different partners and things of that nature. Oh, I see my boy Judah J in here. Shalom. Do you think the time of true Israel revealing will be tied to us not getting sick from the fake hoax? Absolutely. I absolutely think that the Most High's people not undergoing these sicknesses and viruses is going to play a huge role in salvation. Because, I mean, Judah J, I already know you a knowledgeable brother. You already know that a lot of what they're introducing to us is what's going to cause these viruses. And you already know the Most High's elect already got our eyebrows raised. We already got the seal of God on us. So we not, I feel like Satan's people already are sealed. Satan's people already are marked. Even if they don't get a physical mark, they already been separated and divided. They already marked. So the Most High's people, we already sealed and we know what to look out for. But I'm going to tell you right now, with all of them using those fake syringes. They got retractable syringes and, you know, they doing all of this. We see it all. The people who actually fall for it, that's who gonna get the sickness. So, you know, a lot of times when I be seeing a lot of social media people talking about how they be talking about how, you know, the end is here. It's almost over. It's almost over for who? That's the question. The end is here. It's almost over in times, in days. The question is it almost over for who? For who is it almost over for? Because believe it or not, those who cleave to the Most High is blessing his people right now. He's blessing his people. Those who have fell for the strong delusion and have ample opportunity to choose the Most High, they're suffering right now. And it's like, it's difficult because we're so empathetic. We're so empathetic. We're so compassionate. But when hell hits the fan, y'all got to remember, they had a choice just like you had a choice. They had opportunities just like you had opportunities to choose the Most High. Absolutely, Fatima. New life. Somebody said, I don't got no Santira. I don't got no crystal ball. What song is that? I'm not sure. But that's what these people doing, man. They doing that a lot in Hollywood, especially in the fashion industry. They doing it a lot in the music industry, this Santira thing. And some of your YouTubers, your YouTube personalities, they doing it too. They're trying to elevate their channels. Y'all don't know, people be selling their soul for YouTube too. People be selling their damn soul for YouTube. I remember somebody did a video talking about Nubreed. You know, Nubreed sold his soul for YouTube because he got thus amount of subscribers. Listen, if you truly believe that my soul is worth 2 million subscribers, let alone 90,000, you're crazy. You absolutely crazy. If you think my soul is worth anything of this earth, you're crazy. But anyway, I digress, man. People gonna say what they gonna say. They're gonna think what they gonna think. If you value your soul, and 200,000, 300,000, listen, if you're gonna sell your soul, right? Because a lot of these rappers selling their soul, right? Y'all ain't got your own island. You ain't got your own jet. You sold your soul for cheap, as far as I'm concerned. Because your soul worth way more than anything Satan can offer. So for y'all to be getting these little deals that y'all be getting with the music industry, where you get $50,000 and then, you know, you got to go into some boardroom and meet up with some people and do some questionable things for what? 50 grand, 100 grand, 200 grand, $1 million? You got to be crazy. Now, if you see Nubreed with a whole island, right? If you see me with an island and 20 mansions, and you see me own a country, the hell with an island. If you see me own a country, right? And that country is named Nubreed, right? The country of Nubreed. Then you know what? You might got a question. You might got to be like, Nubreed now. You got a whole country out here. You ain't compromised at all. Listen, when the kingdom come, I'm going to have my kingship. When the kingdom come, I have my rulership. I'll be in the position that Christ want me to be in. Even if I'm counted least in the kingdom, I'll be doing a hell of a lot better than I'm doing here on this hell on earth. I'll be doing a hell of a lot better here on hell on earth, on this hell on earth, even if the Most High give me a small position, give me just a small place. Even if I'm least in the kingdom, I'm better than this earth. For real. Because I mean, people say any and everything, man. People say any and everything. That's why you gotta let it go off your shoulders. And these days you gotta have a strong, you gotta have tough skin. Let me see, what's this? Nubreed, I know you heard of them. You're in Atlanta, but if you could speak on it, understand. I'm not sure who you're talking about. I don't have your whole message. Heard of who in Atlanta? Somebody said I have a lot of friends that watch anime. I need advice on it. What you need advice on? Hey, Nubreed, are piercings okay? Piercings signify servitude. Piercings signify servitude. Like if your wife has earrings in her ear, it just means that she's servitude. That's all it means. That she has somebody she's serving, like she has a husband. That's what earrings mean. Servitude. Nothing wrong with earrings. Let's see. Yeah, I want to know what's wrong with anime too. There's something wrong with everything when you look at it. This Satan's kingdom. Santeria. Yes, Santeria. Santeria is how it's pronounced. Yeah, it's a lot of people doing that, man. You're going to start seeing a lot of these conscious community dudes doing it. They got their rituals they perform, and yeah, it's called Santeria. Santeria. But they be doing some wild stuff, man. They be bathing in blood, and I mean, it's just straight weirdo stuff. Straight weirdo stuff, man. Yeah, the E5. What's this? Nubreed, the religion is called Ifa or Ifa. I heard of that. They practice Santeria voodoo. Yeah, Ifra. There we go. That's it. She dropping it. She dropped Lila Rose dropping that knowledge. Because I briefly learned about this. I'm just learning. They got so many factions of witchcraft. Y'all be surprised like how many beliefs they got. Like all the stuff they be doing. And in the near future, man, I want to be a battle axe and knock down a lot of these doctrines, because this is what our people falling for. They don't want to serve the Most High God. They really want to follow these idol gods. So I think that's the biggest barrier in our community, especially with the youth. I think these spiritual leaders are our biggest barrier. And, the Christian church, I'm going to be honest, with this new generation, they're not really into the Christian church. They're not really into that. What got their minds gone is this new age conscious community type of vibe, like where everybody's, talking about their chakras, and they're doing different tantras and working with manifestation books and crystals and stones and channeling different deities and idol gods and Egyptology. This is what people are this is what's going to send a lot of the new generation to hell, man. That's what's going to really get them. It ain't the Christianity. The Christianity is like these new brothers, they don't even like really look at that. So my job, like being in the position I am to teach, is pretty much like, I want to break down, these various snares that people are falling for. Because these people can't tell you what your nationality is. For those who don't know, Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, you are the children of Israel that the Bible speak of. All your culture, your traditions, your way of life, your keys to freedom, it's all in the Bible. And they're trying to convince you that the Bible is not our book, because we were taught the Bible by other nations. We were taught by other races, and we never gotten to actually read the book because slavery have traumatized us. But we are the people of the book. In fact, I mean, the prophets of old, the disciples, it says that their skin was black unto the ground. Christ himself, it was said that he had hair of wool and skin of bronze. So it's a lot of black history in the Bible. But, people People are just being diverted to this basically magic and these sorcerers. Absolutely. I'm tired of that argument as well, Rolane, but I got a lot of new subscribers, a lot of new people watching this channel here, and I got to reiterate certain things because I want people to know what I represent, because as of late, I had a lot of people who didn't even know that Nubreed was all Bible. They thought I was just a spiritual motivational speaker, and I had to set the record straight that any type of work you see me put out, it's because of the God of Israel. It's because of the Most High God. I am nothing without the God I serve, which is the God of the Bible. That's who I serve. That's who, I pray to. And you got to let people know that. And that's the problem with a lot of these people on social media. We don't ask them what God do they serve. We don't ask them straight up. They're not forthcoming with God they serve. Some of them are. Some of them will tell you they follow Ra. But then when you do your research on who Ra is, you'll find out he was an idolatrous or idolater and wicked and then doing magic. So, my advice is start asking these dudes what God do they serve. Because a lot of these dudes are frauds. They're deceivers. A lot of these dudes are scam artists. You'll never hear me scamming anyone. That'll never happen. All my years of doing the work that I've been doing, it's never happened. With the spiritual Jamaica retreat, when plans were canceled because of COVID-19, everybody who put a deposit back, everybody who gave a deposit, they got their deposit back expeditiously, quickly, in a hurry. Because, I'm not out here trying to run away with people's money. Like, I'm just not that guy. And even when people give donations, cash apps, it is used to do the work. It's used to buy new equipment. It's used for research development. It's used to help individuals who need help in their time of need. There'll be people who request cash apps, and in their time of need, they get it based on the work and the donations that y'all send. So I want to also say how grateful I am for all the people who send cash apps. One day I would like to just read off all the people who actually support this ministry. So, I just wanted to put that out there, man. Y'all doing great works, and y'all allowed us to set up a lot of things here in Atlanta. And for those who don't follow NIOC, if you would like to join a congregation or a camp setting, for those who, let me put the email in the description box for y'all. If you would like to follow the NIOC camp or congregation, if you're in the Atlanta area and you would like to get around some like-minded people, I'll go ahead and share that for you. And shout out to my brother Abaya Adonai of Inside the Nation Radio. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the chat for y'all if you would like to get around like-minded people here. All right. So there you go. I put it in the chat, and I'm gonna go ahead and share it for y'all on the screen. Oh, wow. It hit something else. I don't know why that thing does that. I don't know why it does that, y'all. Hold up. All right. So I'll go ahead and put that on the screen if you're in the Atlanta area and you need to get around people who are like-minded, people you can mobilize with, people who you can do firearms training with, people, who are like-minded, and you need that type of structure, go ahead and email joinnioc@gmail.com. All right. And somebody will get back to you shortly. Please be respectful and tell your information. Somebody said, Rolane says, let me see what you say, Rolane. So y'all stop trying to leave out of the country. Hold on. Y'all stop trying to run out of this country and fight back in the spirit. Oh, that's what she said. Okay. I got you. Yeah, absolutely. And let me just put it out here. There's nothing wrong with venturing off, and there's nothing wrong with traveling if you see a better future for you and your children. I'm not against traveling. I'm not against going anywhere, but I'm also not against with running, so to speak. I'm all about expanding and broadening your horizons. It's a huge world out here. Let's enjoy it. Man, we've been going in full-fledged for quite some time now. I'd like to thank everybody who caught this stream. Thank y'all who sent super chats. If you like raw, exclusive content, where I'll be doing exclusive live streams now. Now I live stream from Patreon. Do you hear me, ladies and gentlemen? Now I'm doing live streams from Patreon, and all the things that I can't show you on here, I can definitely show you on there. Yeah. So if you want the raw, the uncut stuff, the stuff that I ain't got to worry about all kind of frivolous copyright laws, and we can go into the nitty gritty with certain things, then follow me on Patreon, because those live streams over there are going to be fire. I already done one over there, but pretty soon I'm going to be putting together another one this weekend. So thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all. Have a blessed evening. With that being said, shalom and peace.